Welcome back to Dmac Mad Gaming. I'm your host Dmac, and here we believe gaming is a lifestyle, not a hobby. Welcome back, guys. And today I want to speculate on the retail price of the PlayStation 5. In order for me to make this video and make an educated guess on what I think the retail price for the PlayStation 5 would be, I had to do some research. I didn't do a lot of research, but I did enough research to make this video. And the information I gathered really was interesting. So this is why I can able to give you a idea of what I think the retail price will be. Now, in order for me to do that, I need to know what the manufacturing cost of the PlayStation 5 is and what was the manufacturing cost of previous generation consoles. So, the first one I want to talk about was the PlayStation 4 because it's the current gen console right now. And it's sold really well. There's a PlayStation 4 in everyone's home. There's more PlayStation 4s out there than there are Microsoft Xbox Ones. And Sony also killed it on exclusives. So what was the manufacturing cost of the PlayStation 4? How much money did they use to manufacture this console? Well, the console was manufactured for $381. And they sold the console for $399. So about $400 with tax, they were selling the PlayStation 4. So they made a decent amount of profit on that console. And Sony wants to do it again. Sony doesn't want to take a loss like they did with previous generations. Take like the PlayStation 3. The retail price was $499. That's how much they sold it for. Now the manufacturing cost of the PlayStation 3 was $805 per unit. And that's only for the 20 gigabyte PlayStation 3. So you wonder, well, when did they start making an upgrade? Well, that took about a year or two before they started expanding on more advanced models to sell to the public. For the first year or two, they took a loss. And even with the PlayStation 2, which retail price was $299, the manufacturing cost was $480. So they lost about another $100, close to another $100 on that console. They lost about $100 on that console as well. So I think that's why when they sold the PlayStation 4 and made so much money on it, they wanted to make sure they can do that again. And I think this is the reason why they came out with two versions. And we know they came out with an all digital version and a PlayStation 5 with a Blu-ray drive in it. So then we have to figure out how much the manufacturing cost of the PlayStation 5 is. What's the baseline manufacturing cost for both consoles? So from the information I gathered online, the manufacturing cost for the PlayStation 5 is $450. That's the baseline price for the manufacturer of this console. So then we think like, well, we know that the all digital version will be cheaper because they're leaving out the disc drive. How much cheaper? How much money do they save on taking out the Blu-ray disc drive? They save about $20-$30. So we're gonna kind of even it out and make it say they save about $50. So that means that if they save about $50, they can sell this console, in my opinion, for $399, $400 with tax. And they can break even on it. And a lot of people in the gaming community, especially on Reddit, thinks the same thing. That they sell it for $399, they'll break in with the manufacturing costs. And then they sell the PlayStation 5 with the Blu-ray disc drive in it for $499. That's $100 more than the digital version. That means they'll make up that $50 that they didn't they saved on not putting the disc drive in the other console. So I think that's what Microsoft kind of taught Sony in the last generation, that you have more than one version early. You can save money and make some profit by having two different versions, two different entries into the next generation. And I think that's what Sony was doing with these two versions. So let's think about it. If the manufacturing cost of these consoles are $450 and you save about $20-$30 if you remove a disc drive, the smartest thing to do, the most logical thing to do, is to sell it for $399 for $400 with tax. So let's say about $420 that they getting back from the consumer per unit. That means that they only lost about $20. But if they sell the PlayStation 5 Blu-ray drive console for $499, they make that back up and more. They make that $20 back up more and make another $30, on the PlayStation 5 with the Blu-ray disc drive in it. And I think that's what Sony created two versions. They kind of emulated what Microsoft was doing this generation. And I think it's ingenious. And I think Sony needs to give props to Microsoft for teaching them something new. And I think that's the reason why a lot of people are speculating that the cost of this console will be no more than $500 for the best version of it. And I think that that's excellent. I think that's a good action price, but only if you have enough exclusives to play on the console. $500 for a console is a lot of money. I mean, a lot of people pay $500 for the Xbox One, and they came out with $500 and they spent it just to get that console. So I think that with Sony knowing that people will pay that $500 for that Blu-ray disc drive so they can play physical media, I think that they know that people will buy it if they are gamers that like physical media. So they got two different versions for two different consumers. Those who like digital games can save $100 by buying an all digital version, and those who like physical media will pay an extra $100 for that disc drive to have to play physical media on their console. And I think that's the idea that Sony has when they made these two versions of the PlayStation 5. And I think it's ingenious. I think it's a great idea. I think Sony learned from this generation and previous generations that you need to have more than one version of the console at launch. And I think that Microsoft taught them that. And even though we are in the middle of a pandemic, it began in March, Sony and Microsoft say that the development of their consoles are not hindered by the pandemic. Because, a lot of people had to quarantine for a while. And we just now reopened in a lot of places. So Microsoft and Sony said that did not hinder the manufacturing and production of the consoles. So we still be getting them at the end of late holiday season or 2020. So that's really exciting. And I think that Microsoft taught Sony something valuable, that you need more than one version of the console on release release day, on launch day. You need more than one version so that you can broaden out to a larger fan base. There are a lot of people who are excited about this console. I mean, we just seen what the console looked like last weekend when they did the conference, and we've seen a lot of games that are coming out for the console. Horizon Zero Dawn, they coming out with a new Horizon Zero Dawn, they coming out with a new Spider-Man with Miles Morales. So a lot of people are excited to get their hands on this next gen console. But the biggest reason why is because of the capability this console will have compared to the PlayStation 4. It's going to jump leaps over the PlayStation 4 because of the hardware it has in it. A more expensive GPU, a more expensive CPU, ray tracing, in a solid state drive will make load times quicker. A lot of people are excited about that. A lot of people get tired of watching load screens before they can play a game again after they die. So this is a huge deal this generation that's coming. This next generation that's coming is a huge deal on what kind of hardware the gamers will be playing with going forward. So I think that Microsoft taught Sony a valuable lesson, and Sony learned their lesson. And this way they'll be able to give this console to consumers at an affordable rate that they can still enjoy the next generation of games without breaking their pockets, because a lot of people don't have the money. And I think it's a great idea. And this is why I believe that the PlayStation 5 all digital version will be $400 to purchase with tax, and the PlayStation 5 with a Blu-ray disc drive will be $500 with tax to purchase. And they will still make money on that console and not lose any money from the other console. And I think that's ingenious. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you feel like Sony is doing a great job with this new strategy they're working with? Do you think that people will buy the PlayStation 5 all digital version over the Blu-ray physical disc version? What are your thoughts in the comment section below? Do you feel like my information was accurate enough, or do you feel like I need more details in my information to give you a better understanding of what's happening? Let me know in the comment section below. Thank you for staying to the video. I really appreciate it. Make sure you hit the like button, helps out the channel. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you haven't hit it already. If you're not a subscriber, what are you waiting for? Hit that subscribe button. Become a Mad Gamer. We got a lot more content coming out, me and the Mad Gamer, that we can't wait to show you guys. All the information I got from the articles that I came across when I was searching, I'll leave a link to them articles in the description box below for you to check out for yourselves. And as always, stay safe and keep gaming. I'm out. I'll talk to you later.